Hey everybody. So I am going to work on a Davinci Resolve tutorial right now, and I'm going to edit some of my Twitch stuff that I did with Street Fighter and take that and put that in Davinci, show you some basic fades, overlays, titles, things like that. And going to keep it pretty simple and let's see how it goes. Uh, I'll probably take this video that I'm actually live streaming right now and make an edit of this and then work from that. But I'm going to take you through the basics of DaVinci Resolve right now. And I'm going to show you all the different items and things like that. So let's get into it. All right. So when you first load DaVinci Resolve, you'll probably see something about creating a new project. I've already created one and I called it tutorial. Then uh, when you go to media, you can actually start selecting your media up here, right? So this is the video I'm going to edit. However, uh, there's an easier way to do it. And a better way to do it would be because most of us just want a really fast workflow. We already have video. We just want to drag and drop and make some quick edits. So you don't even have to go here. You can literally start in the edit mode. And then there's no clips in the media pool, and you can drag your media right here. So what I would do here, I don't like the two previews. So yeah, default broadcast and films, right? I think I'm good. So what I can do is actually go into, I'll go back to media real quick, and I will just drag that into my media pool. Yeah, I want to change to the right frame rate. Great. And then I will go into edit, and you'll see it up here. So now this is the video that I am going to be editing. Let me change some settings here, and we're going to learn some of this together. There we go. I like having, I mean, you can have a preview window and the actual final window, but I like this because it gives me more real estate to play with. And just so we're all on the same page, I'm going to do workspace, reset UI layout right here. I wonder if I have the zoom in for my keyboard. Let me check that on OBS. I think I have a tool that actually does that. Let's see if I go into here, scripts, zoom to mouse. Yeah, I think that is right. I just need to know what key I have tied to that. So settings, hotkeys, zoom to mouse, toggle zoom to mouse, control F1. So let's see if that works. So if I do here and reset and I do control F1, hey, it works. So reset layout. So what I want to do, if you come up here, you'll see workspace and you go to reset UI layout and it will take you exactly where I'm at. All right, now back to the full screen. So from here, this is the video I'm going to edit. I will literally drag it down here. I'll leave a little open. You can drag it anywhere. You can have it at the very beginning, or I could have it right here. It doesn't really matter. You can move it and you can set your in and outs later on where you're going to start. But this is going to be dragged right here. So if I play this, you're going to actually see it, what it looks like real time. And you can hear Street Fighter in the background. Hey everybody. So I'm working on doing some recordings and then see how this works, and then I'm going to use this to edit stuff and do a little tutorial on. So I am using this. So let's do the first thing that I like to do. You see that that was a nice, that's actually a fade from a live transition. So those kind of fades you can actually play with and do different kinds of transitions. So if I really want to do something fun, I would actually do a clip right here. So to do a clip, you will actually cut to the blade tool, which is right here. And I want to do a cut right there. And there it is. And it's that easy. But make sure you go back to it because you'll be cutting things all over the place. And if I want, I can expand this, as you can see. But really, I want to do a cut right from there. And I want this to start right there. And then what I'm going to do is put my own transition in. So to do a transition, that's the first thing you generally want to do between two things is a transition. So from, I think it's Fusion? No. Is it Fusion? No, it's Edit and Video. Yep. And then I go into Effects. And then you see all these effects. Oh, you can't see it. So let's zoom into that. So you can see all these effects over here. A dissolve, and you can see the way it would play out if you just move the mouse over it. So that's a nice dissolve. There's a blur dissolve. That's actually kind of fun. A cross dissolve. Dip to color. So what that means is a dip to color is dipping to black. You can actually specify what color you want to go to. It's kind of a crossfade into black. And then you can get to the fun ones. You see the diamond, the iris, square, and then the blind. Then where's the, oh, there's the barn doors. That was actually fun. Push. We'll use this one. So then to bring this over, all I got to do is drag it and put it there. And then you can actually hover over it and drag it to make it even take longer. So now when I watch it, you'll see it transition just like that. So now I did my first transition and all of that is working great. So now what I want to do is play with the audio. So generally when you're editing these two together, you're going to want this link. Here, let me show you that. This link right here, Control Shift L if you're looking for the hotkey, to keep them linked. But if you want to just edit the music, I mean the audio, you would come here, you click on Fusion, and let me go back to edit. Actually, I'd do it right here. And you can actually make these bigger so you can edit it and see a little bit more. And I want to move this up a little. This is fine. All right. So one of the things you want to do is increase the volume, right? So you want your levels to be correct. And everyone's like, well, where are the levels? Where are the meters? How do I see what my levels are going to be at? So let me show you. Watch, it's going to get loud. Hey everybody. I'm working on doing some recordings and then see how this works. And then I'm going to use this to edit stuff and do a little tutorial on Davinci Resolve. You can see my levels right up here, but there's better levels. I think is it Fairlight? Pretty sure it's Fairlight. And then let's see. Yeah. Let me get out of the corner. Let's zoom in. I want to zoom out. Hold on. I want to zoom into here. This is Fairlight. And I want to. No, I don't want to. Audio 1. All of that's good. All of that seems great. And you can see the levels right here as it's playing. But now I want to zoom in. Oh, duh. Something like that. There you go. And let's zoom in. Sorry, let me go back to that. You see what I did? I moved this to actually make it more visible. And I used this one to actually zoom it in for more specificity. Just like that. Cool. So this is the easiest way you can see your levels. And you can see as I track it. You generally want it around 10. Let me get back out of that. Over here. You don't want to go to 0. It's going to start clipping at that level, so don't do that. Um, but that's an easy way to see it. But what I've been figuring out, and I literally have been doing this today, so figuring this out, there's this little button down here in the edit mode that allows you to actually do some really fun edits with the leveling. But first, I mean, honestly, my volume's good, but you'll see this white line here, and when I hover over it, here, I'll zoom in for that too. So if I hover over this white line, I can actually increase the volume or decrease the volume of the whole thing. So if I do this and I go to Fairlight and I see what it looks like, see now I'm starting to hit some peaks. A little too loud, so let's lower that down. I'll do it right about there. That seems good. All right, so let me go back to edit. Stop this, go back to edit. And this is the little magic thing that I was playing with today. So let's say there's a section that's popping. Let's use this section right here. This is a little loud. So if I want to change just that section, I can click on that and then click on this little diamond thing right here. But you don't even have to do that. So this is one way to do it. I'm lazy and I like to do it the easier way is I just hit the Alt key and I click and it adds a spot right here. And then I will add, and I want to add a spot. There's basically 4 spots I'm going to add. The first one is going to be where it's normal. And then the second and third is going to be wrapped around the one I want to change. And then the fourth is when it's going to get back to normal. So then when I grab this line, I will just be lowering that volume right at that location. See, I can make it louder or lower it right at that location. And that kind of normalizes your audio manually. And you can go through your entire audio track to do that. So great. So now I have that. And when I play it, you'll actually hear that. So it got, as you can see, the volume went down there. So one of the things that I didn't do in this, which I should have, is my desktop audio is actually too loud. And because it was all recorded together on a single track, separating the Street Fighter sound effects and my audio is going to be not something I'm going to do. I think you can actually do it with some of the advanced stuff in Fairlight. I don't know how to do that. Generally, get your levels right when you're recording, and you can tweak the entire sound, but you can't do much more than that. And then the next thing I wanted to do is graphics, but let's do another transition. So let's say there was a really cool effect. So yeah, right here when I just got destroyed. So I will stop right there and I will do the cut. I'm going to do a cut right here. And then I'll switch back. And there's hotkeys for all of this, right? So the blade mode is B. The selector, I believe, is A. Yep, is A. So once you make a cut and you hover over that area, you'll see that you can start moving it, right? And so that's cool. So now let's add a different transition in between those two. Let's see. Band wipe. I don't know. Center wipe. Edge wipe. Those are wipes. Slide. Let's see. No, that seems silly. That actually might work well. So let's move it to where the cut is. Let's bring this back to right there. Bring this. Whoops. Bring this over here. That's good. And then let's see. Boom. And we will do a split. I don't know. I mean, you can play with all. I mean, there's a lot. You've reached a limitation. Oh, not yet. Detail recovery. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm using the free version because it can do most of everything you want. So if I go into a radial wipe here, I'll just bring that in. Radial wipe, and I make that radial wipe a little bit bigger. And we play. Let's see if that worked. Yep. And, and you can see that. If I want to remove a clip, let's say I want to remove that, I can literally just break it there. And if I want to come in here, I could literally delete this entire section. And remember, this is linked, so it's going to delete the audio too. So then it's coming right from here into me throwing him. And I cut out him destroying me. So those are the basics. And then let me show the graphic overlay, which would be right about here. I'll do a graphic overlay when Bison's about to do that. And we can do video transitions, titles. So over here, you can see all the different things: video transitions, audio, titles, generators, effects, etc. I'm going to do into titles, and I'm going to do, let's see, a flip up. Let's see, no, flip over, no, fade on. Yeah, that looks fun. And I drag it above where I want it. And then, bless you. So I selected that and I put it here. And it should click on this. Enable clip, and let's see. Sample text, there it is. And now I want to edit that. So I just double click on it and it shows right here. And I was like, here comes Bison. And I can increase the size. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that's actually kind of fun. Here comes Bison. Boom. So that's how you do titles. If you want to do a title in, I'll do at the very end. Oh, one of the things I'm doing that I am not telling you about is I am actually hitting the control key to scroll. And that scrolls left and right if you hold control. If I hold down the alt key, it actually zooms in and out. And I'm doing this on a PC, just so you know. And let's say I want to add title, like credits at the end. And I think, what are generators? Oh yeah, no, titles. Let's do superhero movie. No. Subtitles. Nope. What are generators? I want to see what this looks like. Oh, that's fun. Fold white. Wow, look at those. 3D zoom text. Replay. Oh wow, you can change that. Stinger transitions. Wow, there's so much you can do in Davinci. Sorry, I was getting really into it. I've just been playing with it today, and these are some of the things that I've come across. contours. Let's see. Yeah, I just want credits. See if it has anything. Clean and simple. How do you do credits? You know it's got to be able to have a way to do it. Vertical slide. Oh, I could do something like this. And then I double click on that and I do thank you for watching. Then let's see what that looks like. That's it. If I want, I should be able to take this audio. So I'm going to clip this right here and then select this and deselect that so I can just select this and then copy that and paste it. So now I'll have audio playing at the end. And if I do this right, and there's titles at the end, just like that. I know I want to kind of figure out how to do like scrolling titles and do more text, but I guess I could just do a bunch of these and have different transitions. So, you know, at the end of a clip, I could literally do this and I'll do this created by John Mann, and I will actually put that on a new line. Let's see what that looks like. Yep. And then this one I'll do thank you, Capcom. And then that's it. So then I do this. And it will actually transition into the next one. And then it'll finally end with the thank you for watching. But see, what I want the music to be all the way down to here. But what I can do with, remember the buttons that I was talking about? So I hold down the Alt key and I click here. So if I hold down the Alt key and I click here, and I click, whoops, and I click here, and I drag that down, it's basically going to fade it out for me. So when I play this, you'll hear the music start to fade. And then for the final one, there's no music. And end the scene. Great. So now that I've done that whole music, and I can click on any one of these. And let me close that preview again. And I will, yeah, pretty easy. Come all the way back. If I want intros, I can. But I think if I do this, I want to, I believe it's export project. Nope. So now what I want to do, I want to click here and I want to do, I think it's I. Whoops, not there, right there, I. So when I press I, you can see that the timeline, this will actually jump to where I want it to start. And then if I go all the way to the end, And we all know how to get there pretty quickly using the control. And now I want the out to be here. So I set the timeline to be there, and I click on O. And you see it gets rid of all that other stuff. So now when I go to, I go to the beginning, I have my intro. Let's see, let's just take a look. A little intro music. Then my little transition. Hey everybody. I'm working on doing some, and the volume is now up, and we should be good to go. So now the next and final part is to actually export it. So to export it, let's see, media management, easy OCP, cloud account, import, export, export timeline. I think that's what I want. Davinci Resolve file. Nope. I want to export it to an MP4. So how, oh, duh. Sorry. I'm making it harder than you. You click on deliver. So when you click on deliver and you come back here, you'll see the format. It can be QuickTime. These are all the different, here, let me zoom in here. These are all the different formats you can have. Obviously, QuickTime's fine. I generally like MP4 because that works on everything. Make sure you have the right codec. Make sure you have your encoder selected. Automatic frame reordering, balance. I leave all of that the same, and then I will do this Street Fighter practice. And I will put that in my current right here. So I'll save it there. All right, let me zoom back out. And so you can do wherever you want. I'm going to do it for YouTube, right? So I can literally click on YouTube and it will set everything for me. So 1920 by 1080. I'm not doing vertical because I'm not doing this as a short. Street Fighter practice, all of that. I can even upload directly. I'm not going to do that. Format MP4, 60 frames per second. All of that is good. When all of that is done, go to your render queue, right? And I think there's an option, add to render queue. There it is. So at the bottom, at the bottom, you're going to see add to render queue. See where that is? Great. So you click on add to render queue. Job 1. And now, can I edit that? Oh, no, I just click on render all. Update render job is being edited and has unsaved changes. Update job. So now it's actually doing the render. It'll take a minute and a half to do this. I don't even know how long this video is that I'm doing. I've been doing this for about 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes, I added video, created a couple transitions, fixed my audio, added a title, and added end credits to it. All in Davinci Resolve. And this is the free version. The pro version has some really cool features in regards to some of the transitions and things like that. I'm going to go back to here. So while this is rendering, there's some really cool things you can do with Davinci Resolve. I've literally been playing with it for a day, and I went through a couple tutorials, and then I started just playing with it. Once I started playing with it, I started figuring out what I wanted to do. And yeah, it was great and had a great time. Super easy. Turns out the reason DaVinci was originally created was for color balancing, which I didn't even cover. And you can actually go into the color balancer, which I'll show you that. Here, let me come. Well, it's still rendering. It's almost done. Um, but the color balancer allows you to balance your visuals and things like that. But as you can see, it is now 98, 99, and it's completed. So now I should have that video in that location. Let's see. I will get out of that, come back here, and go to videos, current, and there it is. And if I play it, let's see if it did my transition. Moment of truth. There it is. Let's see. There it was. Here comes Bison, and there's my overlay. And there you go. And then if I come all the way to the end, you'll see the stream is over. And that's it. And that's like 80% of what you want to do with DaVinci Resolve for most edits. You want to add titles, you want to do a couple transitions, and you want to throw some, and you want to fix your audio. Make sure you have good audio. I have messed up my audio so many times, and it makes it really, really bad. Anyway, so that was my first tutorial in regards to that. That was me playing with DaVinci Resolve. Hope you get something out of it. And yeah, that is all for today. And thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.